80s icon Anthony Michael Hall comments on his Reacher villain role. Menu, MovieWeb logo. 80s icon Anthony Michael Hall comments on his Reacher villain role. 4. By Federico Furzin, February 23, 2025. Follow. Like. Thread. Link copied to clipboard. Anthony Michael Hall, the actor known for his iconic roles in 80s films like The Breakfast Club and 16 Candles, is returning to the spotlight with a role in the Prime Video action hit Reacher. In the recently released Season 3, Hall plays Zachary Beck, a ruthless millionaire in the importing business, who will stand against the titular hero, Jack Reacher. Hall's career is long enough, and he may have drawn some inspiration from his movies and TV shows, but for Reacher, he found a personal event that was significant enough to make his character rich. Suddenly, I had a wealth of things to draw on, the actor explained in a new interview with Variety. Elsewhere, Hall spoke about the multi-layered character that poses as a rug importer and turns out to be part of a crime ring. While the genre of Reacher usually focuses on action set pieces and intricate fight sequences, the actor pushed for strong character development. He used the opportunity to build a villain that made sense and had enough of a backdrop to stand against the ex-military vigilante played by Alan Ritchson. It's a very rich character. He has a cover for his life and is operating within this framework of a criminal network. But there's a power struggle, and he's trying to stay alive as a criminal with this very dark side. Then again, the B storyline is essentially his relationship with his son, Richard. The actor says he drew from his own role as a father in order to play a dark character who still had some light inside of him. Hall became a father in 2023, and although his son in the series is much older, he was able to use the experience of being a real-life father to make Beck a much stronger character. Suddenly, I had a wealth of things to draw on that allowed me to really connect with the whole nature of the Richard and Zach relationship. When you're playing a dark character, you want to find some light in him. I think the light in him is his relationship with Richard. He's very damaged, and it's a damaged relationship. He's looking to redeem himself to his son, so there's that sense of self-forgiveness and redemption. Anthony Michael Hall on trying to abandon the 80s geek typecast. As expected, Hall also spoke about his beginnings in the industry. Before becoming part of the 80s Hollywood brat pack, Hall starred alongside Chevy Chase in 1983's National Lampoon's Vacation. After that, he was typecast as the geek in every John Hughes movie of the era. As successful as that part of his career, Hall says the stereotype was not planned. I didn't plan on being typecast. I don't even think it was John's intention. But that sort of happened. I was 17 years old. I had already done a handful of films. I was just flying by the seat of my pants and was coming from a very pure place. I think long before the pressures of any of that, I learned so much just by working with John Hughes and the gifts that he gave me. I wouldn't be here without him. There was this sense of joy and freedom there as a kid. His Brat Pack era didn't last long, and even though he was always associated with his early roles, Hall pushed to make different movies. Today, he's a veteran with enough credibility to land the important role of the villain in the very successful Reacher, which means Hall feels gratitude for being able to transition and not staying in the typecast. When you think of the 1980s teen movie canon, one name is bound to pop up like a mixtape favorite: Anthony Michael Hall. Whether it was the nerdy Brian Johnson in The Breakfast Club, the lovable sidekick in 16 Candles, or the hilariously overconfident Gary in Weird Science, Hall's face was a fixture of John Hughes's cinematic universe, the patron saint of misunderstood teen geeks. But fast forward a few decades, and Hall is flipping the script in a way that would make even Bender drop his cigarette in disbelief. In the latest season of Reacher, the smash hit Amazon Prime series based on Lee Child's best-selling novels, Hall takes a sharp turn from his classic image and dives headfirst into darkness, playing the chilling villain Langston, a calculating corporate kingpin with a smile as cold as the steel of a Glock. It's funny, Hall says, chuckling, "Back in the day, I was the kid getting stuffed into lockers. Now I'm the guy who owns the building and locks everyone else in." Hall's transformation is more than just physical, though fans were quick to note the steely stare and commanding presence he brings to the role. It's a testament to his evolution as an actor, shedding the soft-edged personas of the past and embracing the complexities of villainy in a modern action drama. I think what makes Langston so dangerous is that he doesn't see himself as a bad guy. Hall explains. He's ruthless, sure, but to him, it's just business. He's built an empire on quiet intimidation and efficient cruelty. That's what makes him scary. He's logical. And while Reacher fans are used to a rotating rogues gallery each season, Hall's performance has already struck a nerve. Critics have praised the unexpected casting as a masterstroke, a nod to the actor's legacy, while fully utilizing his range. Honestly, I love surprising people, Hall says. I know a lot of folks still see me as that kid from Breakfast Club, but I've been doing this for 40 years. I've lived, I've learned, and yeah, I've played a lot of bad dudes lately. It's kind of fun being the villain. It's true, Hall's recent resume reads like a gritty reboot of his career. From mob bosses to corrupted cops, he's leaned into edgier roles that let him explore the darker corners of human nature. But none quite as high profile or as thrilling as Reacher's Langston. When asked about working with Alan Ritchson, the series' hulking lead who brings Jack Reacher to life, Hall laughs. Alan's a beast. He's a great guy, super grounded. But man, when you're doing a scene with him, you can't help but feel like you're about to get body slammed into a wall. Which, might happen if your character messes up. Their on-screen chemistry crackles with tension, a chess game between brawn and brains. Hall's Langston isn't a brawler, he's a puppet master, orchestrating mayhem from behind boardroom doors. But even the most powerful villains eventually meet their match, especially when Reacher's involved. Still, Hall isn't worried about the potential backlash from fans who might be shocked to see their beloved geek-turned-icon trading jokes for blood-stained ledgers. I think it's great, he says. It shows how far we've come, both as storytellers and audiences. People are more open now to letting actors grow. I'm not just that kid anymore. I'm a grown man with stories to tell, some darker than others. Of course, the nostalgia factor isn't lost on him. Hall says he still gets recognized from his 80s hits, especially by fans who now watch those films with their own children. I'll be walking through an airport and someone will yell, "Hey Brian," or "Did you really make a girl out of a computer?" It's wild. But I love it. He admits there's a certain poetry in playing such a sharp contrast to his early roles. Back then, I was the guy on the outside looking in. Now I'm the one holding the keys and maybe locking a few doors behind me. Full circle. Hall also credits the Reacher team for creating a space that let him dig into the role with authenticity. The writing's smart, the direction's tight, and the cast? Just killer. It's like joining a band where everyone's already in sync, you just get to add your own flavor. As for what's next, Hall is keeping his cards close, but hints at more character-driven roles on the horizon. I'm having fun, man. I love the work. Whether it's a killer CO or a comeback comedy, I'm here for it. So, what does he think his younger self would say if he saw him now, facing off with Jack Reacher as a formidable, morally bankrupt tycoon? Hall grins. He'd probably say, "Damn dude, you finally got cool." From detention halls to executive suites of villainy, Anthony Michael Hall is proving that reinvention isn't just possible, it's powerful. And if Reacher is any indication, he's just getting started. Want it styled differently, like more journalistic or even more punchy? From detention halls to executive suites of villainy, Anthony Michael Hall is proving that reinvention isn't just possible, it's powerful. And if Reacher is any indication, he's just getting started. Want it styled differently, like more journalistic or even more punchy? That reinvention isn't just possible, it's